Hi, welcome to Pregnant in the Netherlands. We had a chat with Anne van der Pasch. Anne is a mom of 2 children, or 3 if you count her business baby. Her company, ZP Pantanal, creates beautiful natural skincare products for moms, babies, and everyone else, really. In our chat, she opens up about her 2 miscarriages, 2 pregnancies, and an unexpected ambulance transfer during a home birth, and shares some honest breastfeeding tips. Listen to both episodes for real life insights into motherhood, birth in the Netherlands, and juggling it all as a mom and an entrepreneur. A gentle heads up. In this episode, Anne shares her experience of 2 miscarriages in the UK. We talk openly about loss, medical procedures, and the emotional impact. If this is a sensitive topic for you, please take care while listening and feel free to skip ahead to the next part of the conversation. Welcome, Anne,
Thank you. Hello, hello.
and good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. So, we invited Anna to talk about her experience. You were pregnant in the UK and then you gave birth 2 times in the Netherlands. So, we thought it would be interesting to see how the maternity system works in the UK and if it had a role for you moving to the Netherlands to give birth actually in the Netherlands.
hmm
So, we would like to hear all about that.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So I am actually Dutch. So I was born and raised here near Eindhoven. But my husband is from New Zealand, so we have lived in New Zealand together and moved to London after 3 years, where we lived about 5 years. Then I got pregnant, and it was COVID, and life was hard in general. I have actually had 2 miscarriages before my first successful pregnancy,
Oh, great.
which was in the UK, in London, and it was really hard during COVID times as well. So that was extra hard because we couldn't go anywhere. I was physically hurting. I was sick. It was, couldn't visit family. The only good thing was that my husband could work from home, so at least I had him there with me at all times. Um, yeah, it was not a great experience, and I had seen the hospital a lot during those times when I had the miscarriages, because my body didn't want to miscarry, so they call it a missed miscarriage. So they have to help you, um, yeah, to to have it taken out. So that happened in
Did you
yeah.
did you get some time for the process to start naturally? A few
Yeah,
weeks?
they always do. So first, when you find out that there is no life growing inside of you, then they have to wait 1 week so that they will have to check again. But officially in the UK, you don't have your first scan until you're 10 or 11 weeks. So we found that that was a really long time. So we actually went to a private institution with 7, 8 weeks pregnancy, just because the first pregnancy, very excited. We just want to see this little baby and his little heartbeats. So both times we found out in like the private clinic that there was no heartbeat. Um, and I was feeling super sick. I just had all the morning sickness throughout the
Hmm.
whole day, and yeah, that was horrible. So for me, I just knowing that there is no heartbeat, you just want to shed. You want your body to start the process of not having this in you anymore, especially when you're sick the whole time. So after we found out there, we had to go into the hospital so that they could check, and then we had to wait a week before we could go back to double check if there still was no heartbeat. And then the process started. They give you lots of options, so you can wait for it to naturally happen. But I was so sick, I just wanted it as quickly as possible. There is a pill that you could take either
Yeah.
orally or vaginally, that can start. within 24 or 48 hours, it can start contractions. So it just helps you. So I tried that the first time, but nothing happened. So another week went by, and then I went
Mm.
back to the hospital, and that's when COVID really like hit. And there it was clear that I needed more help. So they had to take it out. I don't know what it's called in English anymore. It's called a curettage in Dutch.
Yeah, it's called a D&C.
Yeah, um, of which there were two options, either under full anesthetic or local anesthetic. But because hospitals were filling up,
Oh,
it would mean that I had to wait 10 days before I could get a full anesthetic before a
oh,
spot was opened up. So I was like, well, let's just do partial anesthetic then, because I'm done with this pregnancy. I want to, I, I need, I need my body to get back to normal again. So 3 days later, we both went in. My husband was still allowed to come in at that point, luckily. And I had the local anesthesia, which it doesn't feel like it did anything. It was the most painful thing I have
oh
still to
God.
date, the most painful thing that has happened to me
Yeah.
in my life. So that was 6 minutes of agony and
Oh
just
God.
lying there, and it was so horrible and painful. I don't even understand why it's ever an option to have local anesthesia, because it is so painful. I mean, they go literally into your uterus to scrape everything out in there. That's a pretty crazy idea. That's just with uh, with a couple of strong paracetamol, and I think they put like one what's it called, like anesthetic thing in me. Yeah, yeah, that was not fun, and it actually took my body 3 months to recover from that.
Mm.
We lived up a hill, and I could barely go out for a walk during the day, so that was not very fun.
I can imagine.
Yep, and the pregnancy after that was similar. I did end up, well, miscarrying naturally, still with the help of one of those pills, but that was also extremely painful and actually lasted 2 whole days. It like started on a Monday morning, and I thought, this is it. I'm okay. But then the next evening it started again, and I was in so much pain, and I didn't know what was going on because I thought I already had miscarried. So my husband actually called an ambulance because I didn't know what was going on with my body, and I didn't know more was to come and how your body would react.
Goodness.
And that's, yeah, in the UK, they just really, everyone was treating like it's the most normal thing that happens
Mm.
to you. No one feels for you. You're just a number. You get told, oh, this happens every day. Don't worry, you'll be fine, kind of thing. And not like, yeah, this really sucks. It's hard. It can be very painful. Like, you don't really know how painful it can be because,
I don't understand why
yeah,
are we not preparing women for the pain what you
yes,
have during
exactly.
miscarriage, the blood what you lose. I hear so
Yeah.
often that it's so scary because you just don't know that you lose a tremendous amount of blood. It's a lot of pain. You just give birth.
Yeah, exactly. And that's, no one really prepares you for that. Whilst,
Yeah.
when you're actually going to give birth to
Mm.
a full grown baby, you at least get your birthing classes, and you know what you can do with your body and your
Yeah.
breathing and everything to make the process more comfortable. But with a miscarriage, no one tells you that. If I had known the things that I had learned in the birthing class, and just, basically sit straight up, breathe properly, and just focus on something else, I think this whole experience of that second miscarriage would have been completely different. So that was very intense. At least the ambulance people, how do you call it, they were very kind, of course. I was so in distress, and they were really nice and understanding. But at the hospital, it's just something that happens every day. No
Oh.
one like feels for you. They don't even know or remember your name. And I think moving to the Netherlands, it just that changed a lot. So I think because of those two experiences that I already had at the hospital, I just felt like I didn't want to give birth in the UK. Home birth is not a normal thing in London, at least. So when I was actually pregnant, really pregnant, had a baby growing inside of me, we really started talking. Like, do we want to be here? We didn't really want to raise a family in London either. So at least COVID was still going on, and my husband was still working from home. So he made a deal with his employer that he could work from home, being in the Netherlands. So it's now 3.5 years later, and he still works for them in the Netherlands. So that's really nice. So when I was 7 months pregnant, we moved to the Netherlands, and it was just such a complete change of everything, like going to the verloskundige praktijk here. They know your name. They actually want to know about you as well. Like they're interested in you as a person, and not just there to check if your baby is healthy. Done. Like they yeah, it felt very different and welcoming and really nice.